So this is the receding hills with the tree and the sunset. And while I do have a bunch of videos already made for that one, which will turn into something like that, probably decently different because no two are going to be the same. But I do want to say that, point out, I don't think I had a very beginning one. I might, but either way, I've done the same thing here as I did on the what's turning into the hybrid receding hills. And I'll do it again just to show you. But I'm starting off with my Hake brush again, wetting the whole shape. I have the tape once again all the way up to the lines where I'm painting, to the area where I'm painting. Image area, you might call that. I actually have it, truth be told, I have it slightly outside, the tape slightly outside of the image area, and that is to create a little bit of extra paint, just in case I want to frame and matte this. There will be some overlap for a sort of a regular pre-made frame, so that there won't be any white showing around. But I've wet that pretty darn well. I'm sort of moving it around. I'm going to let it tip off this way this time. The other thing I don't think I did on the first one was setting a good example of wiping off the tape. And it really doesn't matter if you touch a little bit of the paper. I don't want to be too worried about that. But as you can see, there's a little bit of yellow in there, but I'm going to squeeze in a little bit more. And this is going to have the effect of, I'm going to come back on this one later and actually mask out the sun so that it will, after I let this dry and mask the sun, it may not seem like it, but it's going to be, it'll be similar to that sort of yellow. I've added several things over that a little bit, but I want it to be subtly yellow all around here, and then I'm going to mask out just the sun part, and so I can lay some flowy, watery washes over that. I will say that I do like having these towels right here, but I am noticing, and somebody had pointed this out, that it does seem like you're going to end up with little fuzz here and there. Usually that lifts out, and it's not a big deal. But I'm sure there's lint-free towels or something out there that are really expensive and hard to find. So you can tell this is kind of, it was starting to move, pool a little bit more than I wanted it to in one area. I know I don't get to, it's watercolor, so I don't get to have complete control over how it dries. If it does seem like there's just too much paint on a certain area and it's not going to dry like you want it to, I'll sort of cut my losses and let some extra color drip off just to get rid of it. Because if there's too much water in paint, that's when it starts getting tricky to manage where it's actually going to dry and how it's going to look after it does dry. Remember our phrase of, wow, that looks cool, too bad it's not going to dry like that. So that's that exciting stage for this one. We'll see you soon. I'm going to let this dry.